are here at CPAC 2025, and I'm now joined by Joel Penton from LifeWise Academy, a return visitor to the Daily Signal.
Yes.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
So tell us, give us an update. What's going on at LifeWise?
It's great. Well, as you know, we provide Bible education for public school students during school hours. We started in 2019. The goal is to serve 25 schools by 2025. And we are now live in over 500 schools.
You've just blown past that goal.
Yeah, that's more than 20x. And it's across, well, we're live across 25 states. Little did I know when we said 25 by 25, we should have said states by 2025. But no, we're confirmed for next school year in over 800 already. And we've got nearly 50,000 students enrolled. And we're just so blessed. And we want to see it spread across the country.
For those who don't necessarily know the history, you obviously have this decision by the Supreme Court that paved the way. But for many years, until you came along, a lot of people just didn't take the opportunity, didn't take advantage of that opportunity. So what is it that you provide?
Yeah, so in 1952, the Supreme Court ruled on this thing of released time religious instruction, that kids could be released from school, get a religious lesson, and be brought back to school. But it's been very underutilized. It's here and there in pockets. Certain denominations or certain regions, but by and large, very few people have heard of it. Well, we learned about it in 2018 and we said, well, we think the problem is it's too hard. You basically have to start a private school to get one going. You got to get a facility and transportation, curriculum, staffing. And so we said, let's put everything in a box. Let's make it plug and play. Maybe if we do that, communities will take us up on it. And they really are. I mean, we've now heard from people in more than half of all school districts across the country.
Wow. So you got your start in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. Right. I mean, that's where your roots are. So what do you attribute the success to? Like, how have people found out about this and decided to expand it to the number of schools that you're now operating?
Yeah, it's been very much viral. I mean, the way we get started is through a signature campaign. We say, show us 50 signatures in the community. And that by its nature kind of then spills from community to community as people are posting on Facebook. But more than anything, I think we're tapping into a desire that is at an all-time high. I think parents have always wanted their kids to receive Bible education, but now more than ever, they see the need and they see the bankrupt nature of a completely secular education. And so they'll move heaven and earth to provide this.
And in many cases, you know, a private school is just unaffordable for families, and maybe others, you know, can't pull off homeschooling or provide that education in their home. So what you offer is this opportunity. So explain in greater detail what it is that, you know, a family that signs up for this is able to experience.
Yeah, well, so we normally start at the elementary level. And in the same way elementary school students tend to get art class once a week, music class once a week, they can sign up for a weekly Bible class. And so at their slotted time during the week, we pull up by the school in our big red LifeWise bus. Your student will get on with a group of their friends or classmates, usually head less than a mile down the road to the nearby church is typical. They get a Bible lesson. We actually teach students through the whole Bible, Genesis through Revelation, over the course of elementary school, 1st through 5th grade. And then they're brought back to class. And if the program grows, we also have middle school and high school programs. But yeah, students can, as they go through their public school day, have Bible incorporated in.
That's great. And what motivated you, Joel, to first embark on this journey?
Well, I'd say it's what the Lord has done in my life. I mean, I came to faith in high school, and it was a passion for me from early on to share the message with others that had so transformed my life. And so I did that for years through speaking and other ministry. But then when I saw this, I thought, I can't imagine a more strategic way to impact the next generation and provide the foundation that kids need.
And how have you adapted? I mean, when you set that goal of 25 schools in 2025, and now you're in so many more, what has that meant for the growth of the organization and maybe some of the growing pains that come with expanding at that rapid of a rate?
Yeah, well, it hasn't been easy. I mean, the Lord's been so good to provide amazing team members. We have a great team. I mean, our COO worked for a Fortune 50 company. We have an Emmy-winning filmmaker who's our creative VP. So we just have this team that's very entrepreneurial and very high capacity, and figuring it out as we go and implementing the systems that are needed. And I guess I would just say the Lord just keeps providing as we need it. I mean, it's every now and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night like, oh, what are we going to do? You know, this is growing so quickly, but we keep being provided for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Having that faith in God has certainly been a guidepost for me in my life and you and yours. The thing that I have found most, transformational when I hear the stories are these parents who talk about what it has meant for their families. And I don't know if you have a specific example in mind or somebody who has been, profoundly impacted in a very positive way from experiencing this program. But if you could just share with our audience, like what some of those parents tell you when their students have this opportunity.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we hear the stories roll in. I heard a story not too long ago about a little girl who her parents signed her up because they thought it'd be good for her. She started asking her parents, hey, can I go to church? Can we go to church now? And the family wasn't very interested in going to church. So she would walk herself to church to the nearest church down the block, really fell in love with the Lord and sought to be baptized. And so then
this is the child.
Yeah, the child. And so then her whole family ends up coming to church to this baptism service, and the LifeWise program does as well. And I mean, in fact, not too long ago, I was preaching at a church outside Columbus, and a whole family came up to me and said, hey, we want you to know we're here because of LifeWise. We enrolled one of our children, and then we said, you know what, we all need this, and we all started coming to church. And so, I mean, the stories we hear of families getting reconnected to faith through their children is pretty special.
It is. That is just remarkable. Thank you for sharing that. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you this. As a college athlete, a successful college athlete yourself, I have noticed a much more, and this is not just true at the college level, but also at the NFL and other levels of professional sports, a willingness to embrace the Lord and speak openly about their faith. I mean, it was on display at the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, certainly on display at the national championship game. What does it mean to you, like seeing this play out in public?
Well, it's exciting from just a perspective as a Christian to see the gospel out there and in front and center. But on a different level, it's very meaningful to me as someone who played football at Ohio State and was involved in the ministry there, and knowing those who've been laboring faithfully in ministry to the team, the chaplains and the athletes in action staff, for decades they have, and to see the fruits of their behind the scenes work, the fruits of that labor, is just really special to see that when God sees fit, he raises people up and he does the big showy things, but many times it's coming out of that behind the scenes faithful work.
Yeah, no, it's truly remarkable. I love it. Share with our audience how they can learn more about LifeWise Academy, and if they want to get involved or support your work through a donation, how they can do so.
Yes, thank you. So you go to lifewise.org. That's LIFEWISE.org. You can learn about the ministry. You can learn about the curriculum. You can watch videos. You can also find out the status of your local school. So you can find any school district in the nation. You can get connected to your local program. And of course, yes, you can sign up to volunteer, to donate, and to get involved.
Excellent. Joel, thank you so much.
Rob,
we appreciate the work you're doing.
Thanks for the opportunity.